Last weekend, I experienced something I never thought I'd have to deal with in my own neighborhood. My service dog Bella and I were walking back from the park when one of the HOA board members, a woman notorious for micromanaging everyone's lives, decided to confront me. She has a reputation for acting like she owns the entire subdivision, and many neighbors jokingly call her the HOA Karen. But what happened that day was no joke, as Bella and I were passing the clubhouse. Karen stormed out, shouting the dogs weren't allowed. I calmly explained, as I've done before, that Bella is a trained service dog and therefore exempt from HOA pet restrictions. Instead of listening, she pulled a small spray canister from her pocket and, to my horror, sprayed Bella directly in the face. Bella yelped and stumbled, trying to paw at her eyes. My heart dropped. Thankfully, a few neighbors witnessed the entire incident. I rushed to rinse Bella's face with bottled water, while one of them immediately called the police. Bella was shaking but stayed by my side, doing her job even while in pain. By the time the officers arrived, a small crowd had gathered. Karen was standing there smugly, arms crossed, insisting she had the right to enforce HOA rules. When the officers asked what happened, I explained everything and multiple neighbors backed me up. One of the officers then turned to Karen and said very sternly, "Ma'am, what you just did is a federal crime." She looked startled, as if she had never considered that harming a service animal could carry such weight. The officer explained that under the Americans with Disabilities Act, service animals are protected by federal law. Interfering with them isn't just harassment times punishable with fines and possible jail time. Karen's smugness evaporated in an instant. Froze, her face going pale, stammering that she didn't know and was only trying to enforce the rules. The officer wasn't buying it. He reminded her that ignorance of the law is not an excuse, especially since she deliberately used a harmful substance on a clearly identified service animal wearing its vest. Bella, thankfully, recovered after being treated by the emergency vet. She had some irritation in her eyes, but no lasting damage. As for Karen, the officers took an official report and informed me that charges could be filed. The HOA board has since called an emergency meeting to address her behavior, and several neighbors have already voiced their support for me and Bella. What started as an infuriating encounter ended with justice on the horizon. Bella is safe, and Karen is finally facing consequences for going too far. Hopefully this will serve as a reminder that service dogs are not pets. They are lifelines, and harming them is never acceptable.